All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Also, I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with another epistle prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, man. This is Second Ezra 15, and we'll start at verse 5. Behold, so check this out, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, I will bring plagues upon the world. So we talked about some of these plagues, different type of pestilence, but also like financially, man. Hey, the Lord can pull the plug on this thing in a plethora of ways to the point, Babylon the Great, so-called USA, along with the rest of the world, man. Well, one day we wake up and everybody's bank account is absolutely drained, man. It ain't nothing but digital currency anyway, man. So these are plagues, all right, that the Lord is getting ready to bring upon this wicked world. The sword, so that's any type of instrument used for unaliving or hurting somebody. Famine, so there's going to be a famine of food, water, adequate nutrition, but also a famine of hearing the word. And that's when you guys that didn't take heed really gonna know you in trouble. All right, death and destruction. So all these things are coming, man. Destruction to Babylon the Great, as well as the entire earth, man. Woe to this entire earth that don't fear Yahweh Bahashem Shah. And here's why the Lord is getting ready to bring on this level of destruction like the earth has never seen before upon the earth. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. That's why this place is wicked, and this is the chief place of wickedness, Babylon the Great, this great whore, this harlot, all right, that has influence on many other nations to be greedy, all right, to chase money, to gain resources via bloodshed. This man Esau, Edom, and his counterparts, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And even look at the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. We talk about their wickedness all the time, man and woman. They so wicked that they boast in it. They boast in unaliving. Eve boast in being a whore, so much so that that cup of wickedness is overrunning. All right, it's overflowing. They're exceedingly, all right, wicked. They have, overperformed. All right, I mean, what the Lord, intended for how wicked that the Lord intended for them to be. I'm talking about 2/3 of the nation of Israel that boast in being wicked. It's one thing to transgress the law, but it's a whole nother ball game when you are here boasting, mocking Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, mocking his people, saying, "Where's this God of y'all's, man?" Hey, the Lord is not mocked, man. He's gonna get you when He feel like it. All right, all we gotta do is push the word, and the Lord is for sure gonna bring forth all these things that we speak about on a daily basis. Verse 14, woe, which means destruction to the world and them that dwell in therein. So not just the USA, the whole earth is getting ready to be troubled. Okay, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So it's very close, this destruction and the sword that people are going to use. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. And that's not only the big world powers, but individual so-called race wars and race riots and things like that. It'll be happening, and we see that now even amongst Jake himself. Hey, they're going at it, taking up swords in their hands, fighting against one another via idolatry in the name of gangbanging, which is all just, wickedness, man. Or how much more when the Lord brings forth a famine along with disease and pestilence, where people are actually getting sick, and we'll see them waste away this time, man. Ain't gonna be no denying that there's a real pestilence when the Lord unleash what He's getting ready to unleash. Therefore, we persuade our people, through the terrors of Yahweh Shema Shah, through fear of the Lord, which is the beginning of wisdom, which you're gonna need that to be able to navigate in this destructive process known as Jacob's trouble. Okay, for there shall be, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And we definitely see that here in Babylon the Great, not regarding their governments, their powers, their leaders. Why? Because they see they're incompetent. They see that they're wicked, and they ultimately they see that they don't have the people's best interests at heart. Whatever they're doing, no matter how much they claim to hate black people, Esau, Edom, own descendants is seeing how wicked he is, and that's going to cause prophecy to come to pass that we're reading here. All right, Second Ezra 15, where are we at? 16 again. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, people gonna take to the streets. People gonna take matters into their own hands. Just like you saw that psyop, and I call it a psyop of them storming the White House or whatever, man. But this time it's gonna be the real deal. And like I say, or like the scriptures say, they gonna take matters into their own hand. Oh, we can't get no food. All right, the people are just gonna get pissed off, and they're not gonna regard their kings nor princes. They're not gonna regard the police, government officials, the governor, etc. They're just gonna go wherever they can find food, whether it's your house, the grocery store, what have you. All right, women are gonna prostitute themselves even more. They do it now for fun. How much more in that day? They'll be going back to that, but it'll be a little bit too late in the day for them to try to pull off that move once again. All right, it's not gonna happen. Because you know why? You're prostituting yourself now, like I spoke about. The Lord say that this was going to be a time like the earth has never seen before. Bitch, we done seen you prostitute yourself your entire existence. All right, the Lord got something for you. I mean, you'll be prostituting yourself for food and things like that. But all this whole get the bag. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that, man. You know what I mean? You gonna be prostituting yourself for some shit that you actually really need. All right, and I mean, the Lord gonna have a spirit on men not to even want to deal with women in that day, man. All right, it's just gonna be like that. Why? Because we're gonna be too worried about survival and other things that pertain to life than dealing with you. I'm not riled up through my flesh right now, Eve. It's a war outside. All right, nobody's horned up, or you know what I mean. Nobody cares about your butt during wartime. All right, all that stuff that y'all have going on, Eve, is all stuff that is applicable during times of peace. All right, the way that you look, and the Lord taught us about that. He gonna take away all those things. Your fine, your jewelry, fine clothing, your linens, all these things. The Lord said He's gonna take away all these things. Why? Because these fucking accessories keep you women puffed up. It keep you from really looking like how you supposed to look, which is what? An imperfect creature, man. Pride was not made for man. How much more the woman? Woe to the men that had the damn creature, because that's all she's been, is a pain in our damn side her entire existence, man. Now more than ever. But the whole point being, we're coming into a time where it's just finna go down, and we need to come in the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai. Put that best foot forward, man, because the Lord is not a man that He shall lie, and it will come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, man. It's easier said than done. This is a daily fight, and we complain daily, continually, man. It ain't easy at all, but anything worth having is worth fighting for, sacrificing for, acknowledging our faults for, and these, you know what I mean, in relation to Yahweh Shema Shai, we are aware of our transgressions, man. So we try to take it on the chin. All right, but what we do is pray. All right, we ask, we request these things. We show forth our faith through our actions, like teaching, going out on the highways and byways, actually observing the high holy days, the holy days, man. All these things, rehearsing the righteous acts, man. Observing our culture, observing the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, in hopes that when this thing finally comes to pass, that the Lord will be there with us, man. Okay. Let's go to verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Man, for because of the pride of the city, they shall be troubled. So it's a plethora of reasons, all right, that the Lord could make a man not be able to go into a city. Gas prices. You don't even have gas money. Martial law. Don't even talk about flights. That's going to be the first thing to really go, man. All that flying back and forth is finna be over with, man. All right, so a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19. And it gets worse. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So after all this crap, man, a society that all the way broke down at this point, but shall destroy their houses with what? The sword. We talked about that, man. And spoil their goods. Why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So because they're not able to stuff their food, and because the great tribulation has took away the mirth and the folly of this place, a man shall not have no pity. And that goes for women too. They're not gonna have any pity on their sisters, man. They're gonna go at it in relation to surviving. You're finna see the worst brought out of people like society has never seen before in the name of survival, man. Okay. And look how whacked out the people are already, how bugged out, how mean they are already. How much more? Hey, we're warning. This is a warning, and these, Lord willing, are our last, warnings before this thing actually comes to pass. Hey, repent. The name of the Lord is Yahweh, His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Fear these names. Call upon these names. Pray to those names for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, guidance, vision, all these things, because it's getting ready to go down. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So, man, this is what we're talking about. Alas, this great day, this great time known as Jacob's trouble, the Great Tribulation, where the Lord will visit the earth which he created, man. All right, because of the iniquity, because of the wickedness, man. All right, everything is out of order. A woman shall compass a man, even though the Lord brought that upon us via our transgressions. Hey, the Lord is going to make it right, and he's going to put you women back where you're supposed to be, under the man, all right, under the subjection of a righteous man, and everything else is going to come to naught. Yahweh Shai, the Israelite man, Israelite woman, Israelite child, in that respective order, man. But hey, 2/3 y'all gonna get it together one way or another. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. All right, and it reads, "Think not that I come to send peace on earth." This is word from Malak Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, think not that I am come to send peace. So that's a stumbling block to people that think the Lord is just all love, man. That's not what he said he came to do. Matter of fact, he said, but a sword. And remember, sword being symbolic for weapon, war, and division. So the Lord said he came to bring war and division, not peace. Check it out, verse 35. "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother." And we have to understand this as we come into the truth to serve Yahweh Bahashim Shai, that a man's foe shall be they. Oh, there you go, right there, the next verse. And the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foe shall be they of his own household. That's what we got to remember as we serving the Lord, that some of our loved ones, man, will turn their back on us, man, per the will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It ain't nothing but a test. You know how we know it's a test for us? Because the Lord has promised us 100-fold for all the things that we sacrifice, and for his name's sake. Daughters, mothers will get 100-fold, the Lord says. So the hell with your daughter if she go off and she don't want to serve the Lord and she want to talk crazy. The hell with your wife, the hell with your mama, your daddy. It's like, especially for you mama's boys out there. And there's some men in this truth, man, still in that mama boy spirit of mama can't do no wrong. You just wait till your motherfucking mama, give you up for death, nigga. Like, straight up, listen to the brothers that dealt with, the Lord putting the spirit on their so-called mothers. I got two. My biological mother, you tell me where the fuck she at. You tell me where the hell my so-called black biological mother at. I don't know. So I already got a circumspect spirit about women. You know what I mean? Black, so-called black women. And then we talk about, the woman that my mother married. Hey, man, I had to put a curse out on her. All things are, the Lord done wreaked havoc. You know what I mean? But the curse went out, and it came to pass. And, ain't nobody talking crazy no more. That's, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody talking crazy no more. If the Lord not a respectful person, hey, so call not either. You know what I mean? I will put a curse out on you so quick in these last days, boy. It by through the spirit. If you wrong me, or you offend me, or one of my Akim, try it. Go ahead, try it, man. We telling y'all, man, hey, we nobody to play with. Yeah, there's a extreme humility in this thing, man, but don't play with us. And we gonna tell you straight up, we ain't the ones to play with. And the Lord will let you get off, or whatever, how long he gonna let you get off. But eventually, man, hey, don't play with us. All right, don't play with us, man. All right, but the whole point, hey, that's what's gonna happen to the entire 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. It's just gonna be a spirit of division. Thus saith who? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Again, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Second Esdras. We could go and go and go about this great tribulation. Second Esdras 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come," and we're coming into those days, the last events of the last days, "that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number." So there's going to be great death, man, like the earth has never seen before. Scary time if you really can sit and meditate on all the death that has happened before. It's been a World War I. It's been a World War II, man. Look at all the bloodshed that happened just in these so-called cities in Babylon the Great alone, not to mention Africa and Asia, and where people just being unalive on a daily basis, man. It is going down. All right. Um, they that which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden. That's that famine of the word, and the land shall be barren of faith. And the only people that's going to be having some true faith is that small remnant of the nation of Israel, all right, who everybody's laughing at right now, who's denying that their service of Yahweh by Hashem Shai. It's cool. We know how this thing is going to go. When it go down, you're going to know that a prophet had been among you, man. All right, then you're going to be sorrowful. And the Lord speak about everlasting shame. So you 2/3 Israelites, guess what, dummy? And it's beautiful. All praises to Yahweh Shemal Shah. We're gonna remember what you did, man. If you was a 2/3 and you was wicked and you went against Yahweh Shemal Shah, the prophets, the 1/3, we're gonna remember, because the scriptures speak about everlasting shame. Brothers have had visions, dreams of seeing their wives be in the kingdom, in their perfection, but still have a sorrowful countenance because they remembered what they did. All right, it's very, very important. What we do now matters, and it will echo, like that dude said in that movie. It was a Gladiator. It will echo in eternity. All right, and that's what we're fighting for: a legacy, a name under Yahweh by Hashem Shai, and the Lord gonna give us a name for all eternity. We're gonna be, the heads of nations, man, as time progresses in eternity, man. We'll have our own plans. Our children have their own plans, and my sons will be great kings, man, and they'll be reverenced by the future daughters coming out for all eternity. That's what we're fighting for. So the hell with this place, the hell with the wicked ass women, the hell with the wicked ass niggas, the hell with Esau, Edom, the hell with Ham, just everybody, man. Just shit corny, man. This is whacked out, and we want out. So with that, I hope it's motivating to keep us pushing, man. We're here, man. The Great Tribulation, Lord willing, this thing don't die down, and we got to continue to chant, send no curses upon this place, and pray to Yahweh Shema Shah ultimately to deliver us. Pray to Yahweh to send his only begotten son, Malak Yahweh Shah, on that rescue mission to come get us, man. We need to be saved, and we confess that we desire to be saved from this hell that we're in, this captivity, these chains of darkness, man. All right, so with that, I pray it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom.